Lesson 26, I will divide multiples of 10, 100, and 1000 by single digit numbers. So we're going to take a shift here away from what we have been learning about multiples and factors and prime and composite. And we're going to look back at division. And when it says multiples of 10, 100, and 1000, it means any number that if you counted by 10 or 100 or 1000, you would get to. So that could include 20, that could include 30, that could include 4,000, that could include 400. So we're going to look at numbers like 40, 400, 5,000, all of these numbers divided by a single digit. And we're going to talk about how you can divide these. So go ahead and get out your math journal. And I want you to go ahead and get it ready the way that you see here with today's date, lesson 26, divide multiples of 10. All right, so we're going to take a look here at dividing a couple of numbers, and we're going to divide them using number disc. And here's what I want you to do. On your paper, I want you to draw me, not that, I want you to draw me a place value chart. And I want it to look like this. I want it to have 4 columns. It does not have to be fancy, but I do want you to make sure that you make it large enough that you can use your number disc effectively. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to have ones, tens, hundreds, and we're going to have thousands. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take 9 and divide it by 3. So let's put 9 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we're going to make 3 groups. So if you remember how we do this, and I'm going to go ahead and make these 3 groups all the way across because every time we're going to divide by 3. All right, so remember, the most important part whenever you are using place value disc to divide is that you count to make sure you have 3 groups. So I have 1, 2, I'm going to use this bottom one as 3. So it's pretty easy for me. I already know that 9 divided by 3 is 3, so I'm just going to do these 3 at a time like this. Okay, and then down here at the bottom, I'm going to go ahead and label this with words. Scoot my page over just a little bit so you can see. So I'm going to write right underneath this. I want you to write 9 ones divided by 3 equals 3 ones. And I have to kind of squeeze it in like that. Maybe you can do yours a little neater. All right, now we're going to do 90 divided by 3. So that's going to be 9 tens divided by 3. Oops. Divided by 3. So again, I know it's going to be 3 in each group. So now I have 9 tens divided by 3 equals 3 tens. Okay, now we're going to do 900 divided by 3. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Again, I'm going to have 3 in each group. So underneath that, I'm going to go ahead and extend this a little bit just so I can keep them separately. I bet you can tell what we're going to write here. We're going to write 9 hundredths divided by 3 equals 3 hundredths. Are you seeing a pattern? Guess what our last one's going to be? I bet you thought 9,000 divided by 3. If you did, you're exactly right. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to divide these by 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So for the very last one, we're going to put 9 thousands, and I'm going to abbreviate thousands. 9 thousands divided by 3 equals 3 what? 3 thousands, right? Now I just want you to take a look here. Surely you are seeing a pattern. Surely. I want you to go ahead, and I'm going to go to a clean page here so we can look at this a little bit carefully, but I want you to, at the bottom of your page, I want you to write this. 9 divided by 3 equals 3. 9 tens, I'm going to read it in word form, but I'm going to write it in standard form. 9 tens divided by 3 equals 3 tenths. 9 hundredths divided by 3 equals 3 hundredths. 9 thousands divided by 3 equals 3 thousandths. You see the pattern that you do. And I want you to notice something. There's a 0 here and a 0 here. 2 zeros here and 2 zeros here because this is a 10 and this is a 10. This is 100 and this is 100. This is 1,000 and this is 1,000. Do you see the pattern? Let's see if we can continue that pattern in our problem set today. So go ahead and get out your problem set, and I want you to put your name at the top. Let's take a look here. It says draw a number disc to represent the following problems. Rewrite each unit in unit form and solve. So they did part of the first one for us. So you can see they took 6 and they divided it into 2 groups. So 6 divided by 2, and there are 3 in each group, so it's 3. 6 ones divided by 2 equals 3 ones. So now let's do 60 divided by 2. So we're going to take 1, 2, 3, and these are tens. That's one group. This is 2 groups. So now I took 60 and I put them into 2 groups. So how much is in each group? 3 tens or 30. So 6 tens divided by 2 equals 3 tens, which is 30. All right, so we're going to do the same thing. I want you to see if you can do this one by yourself. I bet you can. We're going to take 6 hundreds and divide it by 2. So go ahead and pause the video and try it and then come back and check. So I have 3 hundreds. I'm going to make my circles a little bit bigger so I can write 100 in them. So I have, here's one group of hundreds. Here's my other group of hundreds. So I took 6 hundredths and I put them into 2 equal groups. And there are 3 hundreds in each group. So 600 divided by 2 equals 300. So 6 hundredths divided by 2 equals 300. Okay, try the last one by yourself. Same exact thing except we're doing thousands. So we're going to take 6 thousands and we're going to put them into 2 groups. I'm going to make this circle a little bit bigger because I have to write thousands. So I've got 1,000, 2 thousands, 3 thousands, and then in this group, same exact thing. 1,000, 2,000, and 3,000. So I took 6 thousands, put them into 2 groups. So 6,000 divided by 2 equals 3,000. So 6 thousands divided by 2 equals 3 thousands. This is exactly like what you did in your journal. You'll notice we have the exact same pattern here, 3, 3, 3, 3. So the basic problem here is 6 divided by 3. We're just adding tens, hundreds, and thousands. All right, let's look at the next one. Now it says draw a number disc to represent each problem. Rewrite each in unit form and solve. So we're going to do the same thing, only this time we have 12. So we have 12 divided by 3. So we're going to do 3 groups this time. I know that 12 divided by 3 equals 4. So I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4 ones in each group. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3. So I have 12 into 3 equal groups. So 12 divided by 3 equals 4. 12 ones divided by 3 equals 4 ones. So we're going to do the same thing now for 120 or 12 what? 12 tens. I'm going to pause the video this time so that you don't have to watch me draw the picture. I want you to try to do this by yourself. Take 12 tens and put them into 3 groups. It's exactly like what we did in the last problem. So I'm going to Okay, so you can see that I took 12 tens and I put them into 3 groups. So 12 divided by 3 is going to be 4 tens, which looks like this, 4 tens or 40. So 12 tens divided by 3 equals, and that's a 12, not a T, equals 4 tens. I bet you can figure out by the pattern what this is going to be, and actually we're not going to draw the number disc for this one. 12 hundreds divided by 3 is equal to 4 hundredths. So 12 hundredths divided by 3 equals 4 hundredths. Very important that you learn this pattern because you're going to see this over and over in a lot of different situations. All right, so now we're going to rewrite each in unit form and solve for the quotient. So for 600 divided by 3, so we're going to come right here and we're going to write 6. I'm going to abbreviate. 6 hundredths divided by 2 equals 3 hundredths, which is equal to 3 hundredths. See if you can do this one by yourself and then come back and check. 8 hundredths divided by 4 equals 2 hundredths equals 200. 900 divided by 3 equals 300. All right, see if you feel comfortable doing these by yourself, and you can come back and check at the end. All right, so we've got 30 tens divided by 6 equals 2 tens, or 20. This one could have also been 300ths divided by 6, but the reason why they didn't do that is because you can't take 3 and divide it by 6. So that's why they said 30 tens, because if you look at this, you cannot do 3 divided by 6, but you can do 30 divided by 6. All right, so for this one, I have 24 tens divided by 4 equals 6 tens, and this is what 6 tens looks like. 45 tens divided by 5 equals 9 tens, and this is 9 tens. Now this one I cannot do 200ths divided by 5. You can't divide 2 in 5 groups, but you can do 20 into 10, so that would be, or into 5, so that would be 20 tens divided by 5 equals 4 tens, which equals 40. 36 hundredths divided by 4 equals 9 hundredths, which equals 900. 24 hundredths divided by 4 equals 6 hundredths. 24 hundredths divided by 3 equals 8 hundredths. If you haven't done any by yourself, try to do this one by yourself. All right, I hope you didn't say 4 thousandths divided by 5, because you can't take 4 and divide it by 5, but you can take 40 hundredths and divide it by 5, and that equals 9 hundredths, which equals 900. Okay, a few more problems. All right, some sand weighs 2,800 kilograms. It is divided equally between 4 trucks. How many kilograms of sand are in each truck? So I've got 2,800 kilograms. So that will be the same thing as 28 hundredths divided by 4, which equals 7 hundredths. So how many kilograms are in each truck? You would say 700 kilograms are in each truck. Ivy has 5 times as many stickers as Adrian. Ivy has 350 stickers. How many stickers does Adrian have? So this will be Adrian. I don't know how many Adrian has. That's what I'm trying to figure out. But I know that Ivy has 5 times as many. And I know that altogether that this is 350. So if I take 350 and I divide it by 5, I will get how many stickers Adrian has. So this is 35 tens divided by 5 is 7 tens. So Adrian has 70 stickers. See if you can do this last problem by yourself. Read it, think, is there something you can draw, and what would be your number sentence and your statement. An ice cream stand sold $1,600 worth of ice cream on Saturday, which was 4 times the amount sold on Friday. How much money did the ice cream stand collect on Friday? So I've got Friday and I've got Saturday. I don't know how much they sold on Friday. That's the part that I'm trying to figure out. That's where my question mark goes. But I know that they sold exactly 4 times as much on Saturday as they did on Friday. So notice that these boxes I'm trying to make them the same size as the one on Friday. I do know that altogether that this is $1,600. So if I take $1,600 and divide it by 4, that'll tell me how much ice cream they sold on Friday. So if I take 1,600, that's the same thing as 16 hundredths, and divide it by 4. 16 divided by 4 is 4, so this will be $400. So how much money did the ice cream stand collect on Friday? I'm going to say the ice cream stand. I forgot my R. The ice cream stand collected $400 on Friday. So remember the pattern that you saw here. Remember that if this is a 10, then your answer was a 10. And remember that sometimes it could be tricky if you had a lot of zeros. Like if you go back to some of these problems that we had back here on the front of the page, or actually on the back, when you had 200 divided by 5, you couldn't take 2 and divide it by 5, so you had to make that 20 divided by 5. So think about your basic facts. If you get confused, come back and look at your problem set.